Check 1, 2. What's going on, guys? Happy Saturday.
Woo, y'all. It was one of those days. It was one of
Tracy
those
coming
days.
to you live and indirect.
Indirect?
Live and direct.
Direct?
Oh, this up right here. Let's go this up right here.
Woo, y'all. It was just one of those mornings.
It's all good.
Should we tell them a little bit about...
Nope.
What?
Welcome to Conversations with Heath and Tracy, where we meet here every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we are here to demystify your move to the DMV, one of the dopest places on planet Earth, and also happens to be where Queen Tracy and I reside now.
I hope you can hear me. It looks like you can. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
So if you have a question...
If you have any questions...
that's my part.
Say your part, baby.
If you have any questions, type in the comments below. Mm-hmm. We're here to answer any questions about DC, living in the DMV, moving to the DMV, etc. Yep. Just put a Q or type in all caps so we can see it. Good morning. Good morning. So...
Welcome to Conversations with Heath and Tracy. No. If you're thinking about the DMV, we want to help. That's why we're here. It's all good, baby.
So today we're discussing...
We're talking about Mount Pleasant.
He wants to say everything. He wants to say everything this morning, y'all.
Say your piece, Miss Tracy.
Oh, Lord.
Say your thing. Do what you gonna do. What's going on?
I want to say we are talking about Mount Pleasant. It's a really cute neighborhood in DC proper.
Yep.
And what we're going to talk about, what happened in the DMV this week. Do we know what happened in the DMV this week? We were snowed in for the most part.
But we're going to talk about it.
Okay. And then we're going to talk about what do you do after the move to really, really get your mindset straight for your new town.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. And if this is the first time here, my name is Heath.
And I'm Tracy.
Tracy and I are parents, podcasters, and joyfully married after 30 years. That's right. So if you want an upbeat vibe and some flavor matched into your Saturday morning.
I can't believe we're this.
Look. Come on right here
every
Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern, where we talk about DC, the DMV, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. For those that don't know, that's what we're talking about on Saturday morning. So welcome. And if you're new here, definitely put new you.
And don't forget
down in the chat, put new you in the comments because we want to catch up with you after the fact, during the show, after the show, so we can communicate with you. We want to meet you and chop it up.
And don't forget to subscribe if you want to. I don't even know if it came.
Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, get the notifications. They know what it is. These people watch YouTube, baby. They know what it is.
It's not working.
Hit the subscribe and tell a friend that Heath and Tracy are chopping it up, helping you with your move to the DMV.
Welcome to Conversations with Heath and Tracy.
Yes. Welcome back to Conversations with Heath and Tracy. I'm sitting here with Queen Tracy, my beloved.
And he's going to talk
30 years. So today we chopping it up. We're talking about Mount Pleasant.
Oh, I don't know if I have some pictures.
The great city of Washington, D.C., our nation's capital. We're talking about Mount Pleasant today. What's going on, Lydia? How you doing? What's up, Calvin? Good morning, brother. Care 007. You know, Tracy's a James Bond fan.
Oh, my gosh, y'all.
007.
Every time I had a baby, with the exception of the first one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I had to have some bond.
Gotta have a little bond, you know.
I had to have some bond on.
Some of those bonds wouldn't quite fly in today's world, but they provide a lot of entertainment value just the same.
Okay, so I did this wrong. Can y'all? I don't know what they can see.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yes. So Mount Pleasant.
Mount Pleasant.
Let me see if I can get y'all a picture.
Go ahead, do your thing, baby. It's cool.
No, go ahead and talk about Mount Pleasant.
Mount Pleasant is a dope spot, right? So it's a neighborhood in Washington, D.C., right? It's not a city, but it's a neighborhood within the District of Columbia. Population in Mount Pleasant is about 13,000, right? So you've got 13,000 people in Mount Pleasant. It is one of the best places to live in the District of Columbia, according to several lists. Living in Mount Pleasant offers residents a dense urban feel, and most residents rent their homes over in Mount Pleasant. There are a lot of bars, restaurants, cool coffee shops, parks, a lot of families in Mount Pleasant, a lot of young families over there, young professionals as well. Mount Pleasant, like most of Washington D.C., leans liberal, so something else to be cognizant of. And the public schools over in the Mount Pleasant area are very highly rated as well.
Okay, we're gonna show them the map too, baby.
Let's see the map. What's going on with Mount Pleasant over here?
So it's really in a cool spot in town. It's kind of insulated in town, but it's near the parks. It's really easy to get from everywhere in Mount Pleasant, so I think that's really cool.
Yeah, looks like it's near the zoo over there.
Yeah,
near the river.
And let's see, let's look at the other places that are like it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm sorry, wrong.
It's all good, baby.
So the other places that are like Mount Pleasant are going to be Taylor Run, which isn't too far from where we live. It is one of the places that we considered.
Yeah, and that's not a city. That's like a neighborhood, right? In Alexandria.
Yeah, yeah. And then the Southwest Waterfront, which is a really cool area of DC right now.
Yep.
And really up and coming and vibrant. And then Tyson's. We've talked about Tyson's before, right? Tyson's Corner is the old name. We don't say Tyson's Corner anymore.
I say Tyson's Corner.
Anyway, so, and then Potomac Yards, which is a newer place in Alexandria, and we will be talking about Potomac Yard coming up, guys. It is another place that we considered. The homes just weren't large enough to accommodate our family.
Yeah, and Potomac Yards and Potomac Greens, that area of Alexandria, are very close to where Amazon HQ2 is going in, right? And so they're actually combining that area, Potomac Yards, Crystal City, and Pentagon City, into one new quote city, and that's going to be called National Landing. So just to give you an idea where Potomac Yard is in relation to
your beautiful face.
Just to let people know where we're talking about in relation to Washington, D.C., as well as the area where HQ2 is going in.
And this is some of the homes for sale. They do have some single-family homes for sale, but just to give you an idea of the lower end, I can't move it down. I can't move it down. Just move your head over. Hey, y'all, there we are. And I rushed it together this morning, so just bear with us.
Baby.
And, the thing about it is that this is probably the lower end in Mount Pleasant. As you can see, it's all condos. You can find single-family homes, and you would have to probably renovate the home if it was in this price range.
Yeah. So all of these are also rentals, right?
Yeah. Let me pull up the rentals.
Are these rentals or these for sale?
These are sale, baby. See, 500.
Yeah. So it's got the sale price, right? So these are all mid-fives.
Here are the rentals.
Fives, for purchase. So that's what those were.
So what you see here is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home. It's kind of like a mini row house. It's about $2,000 a month. And we've actually lived in a home like this, haven't we, Heath? Our first house on Hamilton Street.
Yeah.
And it's really, really cool. It's bigger than it looks. And it's a really cool spot. They usually have basements, so there's another spot down there usually. So for $2,000 a month, 2-bedroom, 1-bath is a really, really nice home.
That's probably like in the old days.
Probably somehow split it.
Yeah, because it says Unit B2.
It does. So it's it's the basement.
Or it could be the basement.
It could be the basement.
Yep.
So that's something to keep in mind. It's not the whole house.
Right.
And then the 3,700 looks like a townhouse that they probably have renovated. Oh, thank you, Ken. And then you also see the 1-bedroom here. And the 1-bedroom is probably going to be like in the middle of the block, and you're going to have some trees around it, and it's going to be around other apartment buildings. So out of the 3 you see here, I would probably go with the 1-1. It's on 16th Street, which is a really, really cool place. Yeah. It's going to be near transportation and everything.
Yeah, and depending on what you need, right? And if you're by yourself, you rent a close to $95,000. National average 62.
Yep. And then, as you can see, families with children, it's around 17%, which is kind of low because in the city, in the middle of everything, most people are going to move out.
Yeah.
They are going to have a lot of families, but it's going to be probably with well, a lot of people are moving, but not multiple children. You probably have one or two kids. You know, as you can see, the education levels are they're more higher, and that's just DC in general.
Yeah.
But it is lower than the suburbs
Mhm.
around DC.
Yeah.
So I think it's due to the fact that you've got um, older people still living in that neighborhood,
Yeah.
and they're from the old government days. Heath can probably give you a little bit of history
Yeah.
around
Yeah,
that.
we'll get into that. That's gonna be dope.
And then let's see, let's move on to crime because every place does have crime. So once again, so the difference here than what we've been showing you is the crime is a little different because you're inside.
Yeah, you're in the city.
You're in DC.
Yeah, you're in the city.
So, but I'm going to point out that it's still much lower than the national average.
Yeah.
And that's going to dispel a lot of the myths that you hear about DC and crime and everything. Property crimes, of course, are much, much higher. And we talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
We live in like one of the regular, like suburban feel areas of DC.
Yeah.
And we still have crime.
Yeah.
So,
and so
and
here,
it's
right,
mostly property
you got
theft.
the density, you got properties that are closer
Many more
together,
people.
you got more population, more
Yeah.
people moving around. So all of this is very logical as relates to being in a major city.
I mean, when you talk about 13,000 people living in these few
Yeah.
square blocks,
Mhm.
that tells you a lot of where you're going to see that crime.
And that's
So,
actually one of the strengths, right?
I think so.
From the perspective of having a neighborhood, having an area that feels like a neighborhood, that is a neighborhood where people are close knit, they're vibing, they know one another, their community activities, even though they're in the middle of a city. I think there are lots of pluses certainly
Yeah.
to Mount Pleasant.
definitely. And
Yep.
then did I do this? Did I do the median prices? No. So this goes back to the first few slides. Is you've got the median home value is a little bit higher than the national average, but we
Yeah,
all
you
know
see.
that. But we don't care if we want to live here and we want to be a part of this fantastic city. We're gonna deal with that 679 or that 1535
Right.
because we're going to increase our worth. We're going to get paid what we're worth, and we're going to find ways to lift our income, right, to live in this great city.
Level up, level up,
Okay.
level up, level up.
And as you can see, most of the people that live in Mount Pleasant also rent their home.
Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Let's jump to any who we got here today.
I don't know, baby. Take this down though, so they can see your beautiful face.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Yes,
Hi, everybody. Good morning.
yes,
Good morning,
there she
Kara
is.
007. Thank you so much.
There she
Woo, we were
is.
frazzled this morning.
It's
I don't know what
fine.
happened.
It's fine.
What happened?
It's fine.
I know it's fine, but I'm just trying to figure out what we need to do different, baby.
MoveOn.com.
Well, I want to talk about it because it needs to be fixed.
I went to Howard University.
I don't
We
like-
don't talk about it. We be about it.
I don't like to be frazzled, y'all.
It's all right, baby.
I like it to go.
Keep it moving. Keep it pushing.
I like it to just.
This is evergreen content we creating right here.
Okay.
6 months from now, somebody watches this video. They don't care nothing about what happened.
Okay.
They just want this data. They want this information. They want to get this vibe. They want to flow with these two dope people right here on their screen.
Good morning, Lydia.
Keep it
Thank you for
pushing.
joining. Good morning, Calvin. Oh, Kara 007, thank you so much.
good.
Thank you so much. We love you too. We love
good
you
in the
too.
It's all good in the hood.
Oh, I know you're right, girl. But yes, not all the movies stand the test. I know. I watch them sometimes
You're
and
like,
I just go,
"Ooh,
ooh,
oh."
ooh. I
Can't say
can't
that
believe they
today.
say that. I
But
can't
it was
believe
the
they said
60s.
it.
Okay, it was the 70s.
It was. It's a little.
It was a different day.
It's a little weird. It's
a
a little
different
weird. But Sean Connery, the whole slap on the butt. It's just like, oh my gosh.
They get
And
it. They get
Man Talk. That one. Get out of here, Man Talk.
it. They get it, baby.
It's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he just said
They
that.
get it, baby. It's all contextual.
Yeah. So the other thing that we just want to talk a little bit more about Mount Pleasant. They had a great article.
Yeah. You can pull the article up.
No,
No?
I'm not going to pull the article up.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I'll put the link to the article in the description. But they had a great article this week on how Mount Pleasant was one of the few places that
How one DC neighborhood quietly became a national
yeah,
model for
yeah.
resisting gentrification.
Yeah, it's called the Mount Pleasant Miracle, and I showed you I showed you some of the shots from it earlier, and it's just one of those places that has really kept its vibe. You know, it is even though people have moved into that part of town, they have not changed it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that's why it's considered. Did I put rankings up there? Let me tell y'all, it's ranked the best neighborhood to live in Washington D.C.
That's pretty strong right
Yes,
there.
out of where President Barack Obama lives.
Because there are a lot of dope.
You
There are a lot
know,
of dope neighborhoods.
there's
in
some
DC.
and it's the best neighborhood for young professionals, number 5. And look at that, number 7, best neighborhoods in DC to raise a family. And so I just think that speaks to the fact that we
Community.
can. It's,
Out here in the
hold on,
COVID tree.
I'm trying to get you some more pictures.
Yeah, and so you have things like this brother Agbro performs with Franco Jazz Family Band. He hosts regular concerts outside of his house. I mean, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, it is.
You got people out there dancing. They got their little chairs
They can
and
see that one.
blankets, you know. And yeah, so this guy looks like he's playing guitar. And
Yeah, they have many
doing
concerts,
some
and as you
things
can
for the
see, kids and families come,
Yeah.
and it is a mixture. It has people that didn't live there before do live there now,
Yep.
but they've learned to like acclimate themselves to the neighborhood instead of making the neighborhood acclimate to them. You know, and it's just a really cool story about this neighborhood in DC. And to me, it is what DC is.
Yeah.
It is what DC is.
It vibes. It has a whole neighborhood flow.
Yeah.
They have their restaurants, their own services. They have a lot of different types of restaurants.
It's sunny today, y'all.
I thought that was pretty cool.
It's sunny today in DC.
And you know, people that lived in the article, there were a few quotes about, "Hey, I don't want this to be U Street. I don't want this to be Adams Morgan." Right? It's just like we like our neighborhood like it is. Right. So you have some Latino community, you have Black people, you have all types of people in the community, and I think that's important, right, in terms of being in the city and vibing with your neighbors, and everybody just making it work, right, as opposed to just acquiescing to some of the financial pressures of gentrification and such. So I thought it was a pretty dope vibe. So yeah, we'll definitely make sure we put a link to the article out there somewhere.
And don't forget, if you like anything you hear today, hit the like button. That helps us with the algorithm and helps it keep going and everything. So don't forget to hit that like button.
Yeah, I think another cool thing I wanted to say about Mount Pleasant was I was reading through the information, and you could see a lot of Black history woven into kind of the history of the neighborhood and how it came together. And there was one piece that jumped out at me around a brother from Howard who's a physician.
HU?
Well, actually, he was a physician at Howard University Hospital. I don't know. I hadn't done the research to understand if he actually went to Howard.
Okay.
But in the 50s, you know, he probably did. He probably was a Howard grad, I bet, as well. Okay. But he worked at Howard Hospital, and he wanted to purchase a house in the Mount Pleasant neighborhood. And there was some holdover from some covenants from like the 1920s where residents had basically signed a covenant that said, hey, we will not sell to Black people in this neighborhood, right?
Right.
And so in the 50s, when he was trying, or 1950, I think it was, when he was trying to buy the house, they tried to block him and they sued him and they lost.
Ooh.
And he moved into the neighborhood. And then by the end of the 60s, the neighborhood was like 63% Black.
Wow.
Right. And so I thought that was really dope. And then another thing that was really interesting that I read was that Mayor Fenty, who's the mayor of DC a few years ago,
who ended up getting with Steve Jobs' wife after he passed.
His parents,
random.
His parents were some of the first. One of his parents was an immigrant, and they lived in.
I wonder if they're still together.
And I think they are. Yeah, they lived in Mount Pleasant. So Mayor Fenty actually grew up in the neighborhood, and so that's really a cool thing, right? The neighborhood and its community fostered the structure and strength that that Mayor Fenty had to become the mayor of Washington D.C. So I thought that was another cool thing, right? Some Black history just kind of laced into our content today that I wanted to call
Is
out.
Adrian Fenty still with Homegirl?
He might be, baby. I
I
don't know.
mean, she's
I don't know Adrian personally. We have some friends that know him personally.
yeah,
But
we
yeah,
do.
I don't think that I met him personally. I think I've seen him around a couple of times.
It
But
doesn't say.
yeah, I'm sure we'll cross paths here
Yep,
once the COVID
Loren
treat.
Powell Jobs. Yeah. Wow. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like that. Yeah.
It's all good, baby.
So I just need to
We
find
want to
out.
start.
So I kind of
We want to start lacing some
some gossip.
entertainment, and gossip
It's
stuff into
gossip.
the show.
We'll talk about
Is that
gossip
what we're
in
doing?
DC. Let us know, guys. This is your show, so y'all need to tell us.
They were like, Heathen Tracy gonna turn the entertainment today. Entertainment today.
Yeah, we'll gossip. I can gossip too now.
Wow.
So if you want me to talk about what's really going on in DC, we can do that too.
Hey, shout out to Adrian Fenty. What's up, man?
So the next thing we wanted to talk about was local new info and around remote working in DC and what they're talking about it. Go ahead.
Yeah. There's I think that people get it right. It's like we've been in the COVID tree for several months now, right? We're approaching a year, I guess, since this has been a thing. And I think what has happened is that there's some evolution happening with respect to work environments, right? So everybody's accustomed to working remotely, doing your Zoom meetings, getting your stuff done electronically, sharing files, sending emails, all of those things, right? All of those, everybody out here who has kind of like the remote work thing gets it, right? And so I think that the idea is what is this doing from a permanent perspective or kind of post COVID tree, right? What does that look like? And so I think that this article was really speaking to how that will impact the Metro DC area, sort of as things begin to open back up. And so that's really where the article was going, right? And so there were kind of like four things the article was calling out. So essentially, it's like a new normal, right? And so even if you had a job that you were going to every day, I think post Coventry, what you'll see is maybe you are commuting maybe 2 or 3 times a week, right? Versus every day. Like this is probably going to be a permanent scenario for a lot of people, right? And so you just have to sort of think about how that impacts offices, how that impacts you, how that impacts traffic, all of those kinds of things. This new normal is going to create a ripple effect of what happens in a more long-term scenario, right? So one of the impacts that the article was calling out is the impact to Metro, right? And so, of course, in this kind of this post-Coventry world,
Tell me what
right,
Metro is, baby. Some people might not know what Metro is.
yeah. So Metro is the local mass transit system in Metro DC, and I think that certainly as the impact has happened, ridership is down, and so we see that that's impacting their revenues and those kinds of things.
It's our
right?
subway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you can see how, as things begin to approach some level of normalcy,
Yeah.
overall ridership will be down if people are commuting or telecommuting more, working from home more. And so I think the article was calling out maybe about another 5% decline from ridership as to where it is now, right? And so
I think downtown is gonna get really, really hit.
Mhm.
It's gonna be different. I don't think it's gonna die. I think it's going to be different. I think the what's gonna be happening in downtown is gonna be different. But because people won't be going downtown and staying all day, or not as many people are going to be going downtown and staying all day, they're saying it's really going to affect not only the main businesses there, but there are a lot of minority-owned businesses here in DC, and the little shops along the way, and the different restaurants and everything. So they're just saying it's really going to hit, of course,
Yeah.
people of color the hardest.
Yeah, so people have to adjust their business models, right? You can't just say, okay, well, we're dead in the water, we can't do it, right? You see people being very innovative around engaging, Grubhub and some of the other services that are delivering food to people. People are making adjustments, putting up websites, creating different revenues, different streams of income.
Right.
So I think that every action has an equal and opposite reaction, and so people just have to adjust. as to what they're doing from a business perspective.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So that was that's kind of the gist of what the article was alluding to, right? In terms of hey, dealing with this new normal, how it's going to impact Metro negatively from a income perspective, how it will impact the downtown vibe, right? You got fewer people in frequenting those businesses, and then what that looks like also in terms of impact for brown people who are operating businesses in the downtown areas.
I'm trying to get y'all a picture of the next thing we're talking about, but I'm not sure I'm going to make it.
It's all right, baby.
But I did want to bring up it is Black History Month, and we were trying to talk about the different places around town that you can visit during just the whole time that you're living here.
Yeah,
and
so
most
many.
of them are free.
There's so many.
And the one thing we wanted to talk about was Frederick Douglass's National Historic Site. It's located at his former home. It's called Cedar Hill. And I think a few summers ago, no, a few spring breaks ago, we took our children to tour the 21-room Victorian mansion
Yes.
that Douglass built and lived in during his time here in D.C.
Completely dope.
And if you don't know about Frederick Douglass, there's somebody you need to get to know about.
If there's no struggle, there's no progress.
You know, he was one of the first after the abolishment of slavery to really jump to the forefront of legislature activity in our country. And his historic site is preserved beautifully. It's on top of a hill. It looks over the entire city. It's really a great place. And it's not open right now, but you can go visit it online. We'll put the link down below and just give you some ideas around that.
Yeah, it was really cool. We took the kids like spring break, and this was several years ago. And it was actually the first time that we had been to the location, and I was just so pleasantly surprised. Right, I have a sort of a connection with Frederick Douglass because my father taught at Frederick Douglass High School in Atlanta, and so I just kind of grew up hearing some of his quotes and understanding a little more about him, probably than I would have known otherwise. And so being at his site where he lived, where he spent his time, and then understanding just these massive views of the city and the things that he was talking about, and understanding the time that he was talking about it, right, in terms of the era that he lived in, and the boldness and the intelligence that he brought to these conversations. And it was really cool being in the house, and he had like a music room, and he would play the violin, right, to bring some musical vibe
it's
to
super
the house.
interesting.
And I learned that he would actually entertain students from Howard, very frequently, right, talking about the issues of the day and sharing knowledge and having engagement with them. And I just I found that really fascinating and super dope. So I would highly advise anybody, when you're in Washington D.C., all of the museums along the mall
on
are
your
cool.
list.
And the National Museum of African American History and Culture is an
Do not
absolute
miss it.
can't miss. But if you miss the Frederick Douglass house, you are missing something.
You are really missing something. So I'm going to go back to my my question on
what's the question, baby?
Gossip. I want to know if they want us to gossip or not.
Baby,
Put it down at yes or no.
They don't care about no gossip.
I
They
know.
got plenty of outlets to find some
Oh,
gossip.
and I did want to say, if you do come to DC, and once this thing passes over, we're going to start having meetups, probably every quarter, so maybe twice a year. We're going to have meetups, and we're just going to say, hey, let's just get together, let's meet, let's form a community, let's help one another if you're moving here or something. And then it won't be anything big, just a real quick lunch together or something like that. And then, just to meet you, and because we really like you guys.
Yeah, y'all can come to the house though. We'll meet y'all. We're gonna meet y'all somewhere. We're gonna meet y'all in the city somewhere.
Baby.
Y'all can't come to the house.
Why did you even say that?
I'm just having fun, just poking with my folks.
Oh my
We're just having
gosh.
fun
Oh
out
my
here.
gosh. Yeah, but people do ask to come to our house.
No, nobody's ever asked to come. But that was from that video you did. You were like, "Come and see me. Bring your mama.
And we would see people in the grocery
Bring your
store,
dog."
and they'd be like, I moved here. That's a whole other thing, though. But what we want to talk about Mindset Minute this week was the steps that we took after we moved. Oh, thank you. The sun is going away a little bit. And I think it's really important to keep this in mind. Get something and write this down. So the first thing you want to do when you move is stand in gratefulness, stand in graciousness of doing what you thought you were going to do. But what you have to remember, what you set your mind to do. But what you have to remember about times in your life like this is that when you look up and you've accomplished a task, things start to unravel sometimes, because it's like this thing you were going for, this thing you were living for is happening, and then it's happening, and then it happened. And then it's like, okay, so what do I do now?
Yeah.
So what you want to do is be grateful. Be grateful and stand in the moment of, my gosh, I did what I set out to do. And God, you've given me everything that I need and everything that I ever wanted to do. Once I put my mind to it, it happens.
Preach.
And it's just a moment to reflect and say, I can do anything.
That's right.
I can do anything I put my mind and my inner power to. The second thing you want to do is
unpack.
Okay. And I know that is weird to say, but guys, the box thing and living in boxes.
You got to get out of box heaven.
You have to make it a priority. Okay.
Yeah.
And we moved a couple times with little kids.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, I would send the kids to school that day. It wasn't a holiday because we were moving. I needed them out of the way. We would take time off from work.
Right.
We would focus on the move.
Can you focus?
And literally, by the time I would drop the kids off, by the time I picked the kids up, the house would be done. Unpacked, food in the refrigerator.
Yep.
I had people come and knock on my door and go, oh my God. And it's not a bragging thing. It's a priority thing.
Right. Yeah, they
because
have clear space.
You have to have your space clear. Think about how much time you spend in your bed. Think about how much time you spend in your bathroom.
Yeah.
And how much time you spend in your kitchen. If those spaces aren't clear, your head isn't clear.
Right.
And you can't do what you came to this new city to do.
Yep.
The next thing is take care of your business.
Got to get your utilities in order.
You got to get your car registrations in order.
Got to get the internet right.
You got to get your voting registration done.
Get your stuff together.
You have to find your doctors. You have to find your accountants.
Dentists.
You have to find your dentist. You got some stuff to do.
Get
you
it
know,
done. Get it
and
done.
you could do it before you get here, but you got so much to do before you come. So make it a priority and be organized about it.
True.
Save all your receipts from your move.
Yep.
Right? And stay in a good headspace about it, because a lot of times you get here and when your boss or your manager or your business partner or whatever says, when are you moving? Give yourself 5 to 7 days. Okay. And I would say with the current situation we're in, maybe even 10 days. Okay. Because some things are going to take a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But unpack. First of all, be grateful. Unpack, please unpack, and get rid of the boxes. You literally can get on, and that's the next thing. Connect. Connect to the people that you are going to be living with.
Stay connected.
When we moved in, we weren't shy about moving in. Okay? And when people would pass by, we would wave. We would go for walks. That's another thing. Get out and go for a walk in your neighborhood and do it consistently.
Yep.
Do it consistently. We have literally met everybody that's house
In
backs
our
up to
vicinity,
our house, whatever, in our neighborhood. They have brought us food. They have brought us gifts. They have baked bread. We've petted their dogs. We've met their babies.
The whole nine.
And we feel comfortable.
Right.
Because they know us. And we
them.
know them. And especially people of color.
And it is said that anyone whose story you know, it is difficult to hate them.
Baby, where'd you get that from?
You know, I got all kind of stuff.
I love that.
I got all kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it's very important. I call Heath the mayor. We've been here 7 months, guys. Do you know our neighbors are calling him the mayor?
They call me the mayor?
Yes. Yes, 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 yes.
The other people that used to work at the place I used to work
No,
in North
no,
Carolina taught
no,
me
no.
that.
These ladies come to the house looking for my husband. Is he we brought I'm like, I don't even know you. And it's important. It's really important that people know who we are. They know our children, they know our cars. My mother walks in they know my mother. My mother's been invited to do stuff already. She's 75. So it's very important that wherever you don't move in and keep it moving, move in, say, hey, I'm so and so. I moved here. And if you ever need anything, let me know. I live here with so and so. I've got a dog, I've got a cat, whatever it is. Go for walks, speak to people. Don't ignore people, especially in these times. And people are going to remember this. Okay?
Yes, yes.
People are going to remember this, right? Any other advice you have for after you move?
I think that all of these things create a scenario where you feel at home, right? And I
Yes.
think that that's a big thing when you're moving to a different place, a different environment, different people, different area. Everything is different. I think the more you do that, the faster you do these things, it accelerates your
Yes.
feeling of home and belonging.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that that's really key, right? Because at the end of the day, we're human and we have our routines and we're creatures of habit. And so I think what's super important is that you take wherever it is that you live or wherever it is that you love and you transport that thought process
Mm-hmm.
and that vibe to your new place
Yeah.
so that you can move on with your life and execute at a high level in whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah. Don't forget why you moved here.
Hmm.
Don't forget. And if you move to a neighborhood, you don't unpack, you're living with boxes, you don't get your business together, you don't handle your business, vote, you're a voter. I know you all are voters. Handle your business. If you don't connect to your neighbors, you're not going to feel at home.
Hmm.
You're not going to feel welcomed in the neighborhood. There's an active part to living in a neighborhood. And I think as Americans, we've forgotten that.
Hmm.
We've forgotten that. And when you move to an area, remember why you moved there
Hmm.
and act on it. Don't get caught up in the day to day. And it can happen.
Right.
It can happen.
Right.
What is Aunt telling you?
Ain't telling you.
A ain't telling you.
So she said, I know it's a little off topic,
Okay.
but my family's moving to Raleigh this summer.
You can ignore if you want. We're not going to ignore you. I tell you what, hang on to your question and we will definitely get to it. Okay. But yeah, remember, unpack, get your business straight
Hmm.
immediately.
Yeah.
Take 5 to 7 days off work
Hmm.
to concentrate on your move. Get your food in your house, right? Get
Hmm.
your house, get your kitchen,
Your
get your
house in order.
bathroom, get the areas that you're going to live in order. Get rid of the
Hmm.
boxes, guys.
Hmm.
Connect, connect with your neighbors,
Hmm.
okay?
Yep.
Connect with your neighbors.
Hmm.
And what was the last thing you said?
You want to accelerate and feel at home.
Accelerate it.
Yeah.
Accelerate it. Definitely. Definitely.
Feel at home so you can move on.
Right. So let's see. We got some more questions. And Ain't Telling You wants to talk about Raleigh. We all about that. My family's moving to Raleigh this summer. Yay! But after hearing about the black lady killed by the white couple, oh, yeah.
Oh, ain't telling you the man, she said.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. Hey,
Well,
I'm a
we ain't
man.
know because you ain't tell us. Look,
You don't have
look.
a picture. It's a,
It's all
I'm
good.
sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all good. Yeah, I think I think my perspective of this is the same as it is anywhere, right? Your vibe attracts your tribe. And when you are looking to move to any place, if you go in with fear, then you're going to attract the things that you fear. If you go in with faith and understanding that this is going to be dope, this is where the Lord is calling me to be, this is where I need to be, this is better for my budget, this is better for my children, whatever it is that's causing you to go to a different place and a different space, then know that it is divine, that it is ordained, that it is flowing, that all of the things that you need are wrapped up, all of the good things that you need are wrapped up into that place. and pay attention to your instinct and your intellect and your spirit man when you are looking at these different places, right? And so that's why we always advise people, hey, go to the area, go to
Yeah.
the town, drive it, feel it, engage with the restaurants, engage with the people, check it out. And so when you do those things, you pick up on things that you should pay attention to. And I think that when you do that and when you have the expectation that everything is all good and all that you do, everything will work out fine, right? And so, so I think that about anywhere. And so, while Tracy and I have been very public about North Carolina and places in North Carolina not necessarily being our favorite of places that we've ever lived, North Carolina was very good to us.
It was excellent
We
to us.
lived there for 10 years. It was great for us. It was great for our careers. It was great for our family.
Yeah.
And there are many dope places and there are many dope people in North Carolina, right? And so, but overall, just wasn't our favorite place. So that's just like anything else in life, right? Everybody's different. Everybody experiences things differently. And so I think that crime and things can happen anywhere you are in the world, right? And so um, I would just say to you and telling you that I would not let that preclude me moving there, and I would not let that scare me about what my experience would be.
Y'all see why I love this man? The wisdom. The wisdom. To add to that, I would say, why are you moving there?
Which ain't telling you to say his parents are moving there, but you're saying just in general. Is that
Yeah.
what you mean?
Why?
Yeah.
Why is it? Uh, what is it that's going to bring joy to them? Remember, we say design your life. It's about designing your life. That incident has nothing to do with you.
Right.
Okay. So what you have to remember is wherever you decide to move, you create your life. If you create one of fear, if you create one of it not um, coming out the way, it's on you. It's on you. It has nothing to do with anyone else. So don't move anywhere. Don't have any fear. We talk about it all the time. Don't have fear of the prices. Don't have fear of the people. Don't have fear of the traffic. Don't have fear.
No
Because
fear
if
here.
you're moving somewhere and you've got fear, you need to rethink that.
Yep.
Okay. So let's get rid of the fear first and then look at Raleigh. Okay. Or DC. Okay.
Or wherever it is.
Now,
Cool.
I don't think we have any more questions today. Nope, no more questions. But if you do have questions after the show, just put them down in the comments. We answer all of our comments. We don't have any VAs yet, but we answer all of our comments. Put them down in the comment. We answer all of our comments. So put any of your questions down below, and we will get back to you on that. Join us every Saturday. And we also have a podcast, guys. It's called Joyfully Married After, and it's about living in this joyful marriage for the last 30 years and our ideas and thoughts around that. So if you want to join us there, we're there also. Just got a new website up, sort of, kind of still working on it, but you can still go to HeathandTracy.com and find out what else is going on in our world. And we've got a community coming around this live, and it's going to be called Design Your Life DC. Did we come up with a name for that yet?
I'm not sure, love.
Okay, we ain't coming up with a name for that yet.
They're going to hear about it.
But you are going to hear about it, especially if you join us every Saturday.
At 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we talk about the DMV and demystifying your move. So thank you, guys. It was great to see you.
And
we love you.
What's the new thing we said? We were saying our Joyfully Married After closing, but we're not going to say that one anymore. You're welcome. What do we say? Design your life, guys.
That's it.
Enjoy. Happy Saturday.